Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we've got our binoculars out and we're looking for macaws. Oh my god, right as I said that, as JorDan playing as the red Ethiopians prepares to take on Vinchester playing as the green Celts. Now all the players heard their herdables, of which on Yucatan there are a lot. Explore their immediate surroundings and try to go up to Feudal as fast as possible. Let's take a look at the Gobble Gobble Civ matchup we'll be watching today. Now, the Ethiopians, as we saw in a recent cast, man, can they kill you fast. Their foot archers are the fastest firing foot archers in the game. Their onagers, scorpions, rams, and bombard cannons can be upgraded to have an even bigger blast radius. And their unique unit, the Shotel warrior, is a fast, incredibly strong, but overall somewhat fragile infantry unit that trains in only 4 seconds once you upgrade it to its elite form. Now, to strengthen their army on the field of battle, both Shotel warriors and their camels can be upgraded to take less damage from all mounted units. And when I say all, I mean all. I mean ranged mounted units, and I mean melee mounted units. Now, economically, to support their military endeavors, the Ethiopians do get 100 food and 100 gold for free every time they go up to the next age. They get the pikeman upgrade for free, and their economy is harder to raid because their outposts come with a big boost to line of sight and no longer cost any stone, only wood. Now, opposing the Ethiopians, we've got Vinchester as the Celts in green. Speaking of speed, man, is this a civilization built for speed. Their lumberjacks work 15% faster, which is great because the Celts need lots and lots of wood for their primary focus, which is siege. Celtic siege workshops work faster, their siege units fire faster, and all siege workshop units can be upgraded to get extra HP. Now, coming back to the need for speed, Celtic infantry units do move faster than normal, starting trying to teeth himself some turkeys for Thanksgiving is JorDan. Anyway, going back to the need for speed, Celtic infantry do move faster than normal, starting in Feudal Age. Their castles and towers can be upgraded to attack faster, and their unique unit, the Woad Raider, is the second fastest infantry unit in the game. JorDan gets a little trapped here, but does manage to escape. It is the second fastest infantry unit in the game. It comes with a pretty good attack and HP amount. Now, in order to feed a big, hungry population, the Celts can convert and steal enemy herdables, even if you have units standing next to them. Take a look at this. On a map like Yucatan, oh no, he decides to cull his own turkey population. Or maybe that was just a misfire, but in any event, 200 food down the shitter there for JorDan as Vinchester teefs, pinches 2 turkeys, although for some reason sends them back. Okay, a moment of largesse and magnanimity here from our Celt, who returns the 2 stolen turkeys to JorDan. Very, very good gameplay. Now, as I was saying, on a map like Yucatan, that Celtic bonus, usually in Arabia, doesn't really come in handy. Doesn't, there's a better way to say that. Doesn't come as useful, let's put it like that. But on a map like Yucatan, take a look. This is a lush map. How many deer do you see here? 8 deer. I think there should have been a 9th maybe, but look at how many turkeys. This is a lot of Thanksgiving meal prep here. I believe you start with 15. I want to say 15. There we go. We spotted our second macaw of the game. But yeah, Yucatan, a very lush map, and I believe you do start with not 2 but 3 boars, although javelinas in this case, which are I think identical to boars in all but name. Random turkey out in the middle of nowhere. Plus, there's all these other... Yeah, this must be a javelina, right? Yeah, okay. So basically, you start with 3 rather instead of 2. Also, take a look at the map we're working with. Do you see the 2 town centers? Our Ethiopian to the top left, our Celt to the bottom right, on the same screen, not even really zoomed out that much. These are 2 very fast civilizations, and there is literally a direct line of sight and a direct path of attack between their 2 bases. So I am expecting a pretty exciting game. Let's take a look at resources quickly while Vinchester circles around the back here. No kills for either player. Our Celt choosing to take a bit of a economic game plan to start the game. 22 villagers still not heading up to Feudal, whereas our Ethiopian in 44 seconds, we'll take a look at the top left of our screen and see, oh, he's laming his deer. Why did you return 2 turkeys if you're just gonna lame his deer? None of this makes sense. Maybe it makes sense to somebody, not to me. In any event, let's take a look at the primary gold. Nice and secure in the back for our Ethiopian. Primary stone as well. Primary gold, also nice and in the back. By the way, 3-1. Take a look at the top left of your screen. The gold count, 128. Food jumps up by 100 as well. Primary stone a little bit off to the side here. So both primary resources in similar locations for both players. Neither player really having that big of an advantage in terms of that. In terms of forests, I think red is in a little bit of a lead, having a shorter wall off here and here, whereas green has a big open space where villagers are now engaging into men-at-arms. No upgrades of any kind for anybody. 22 villagers is where Vinchester calls it and says, now I feel comfortable to go up to Feudal. JorDan already in Feudal, which is why you see men-at-arms. Once he hits Castle, remember, they do get the pike upgrade for free, which saves them, I think, about 305 resources, if I am not mistaken. Celtic villagers need to back away here, draw them into the town center fire, but not JorDan's first time at this rodeo, not falling for the trap. And retreats. Did he have 2 villagers in this little nook here earlier? Can't be, right? Otherwise they'd still be there. And at the same time, look at this. The deer population has been culled. There was a recent article, where was it? Somewhere in the UK. I forget which part of the UK, but they're planning on killing 200,000 cows for some kind of population culling or something like that. This is what this reminds me of here. Although in this case, in real life, it's you kill your own cows here. Vinchester killing his opponent's supply of food. That being said, it's his opponent with 5 army supply to 1 who is in front of his base. Like I said, man, these are 2 fast civs, and they are literally a stone's throw away from each other. Look at this. When's the last time we saw in a high elo game like this barracks literally, what is this, 25 tiles away from one another? That's pretty damn bonkers. And now the archer is here. JorDan maybe doesn't know that his opponent lamed all his deer. If he did, I'm sure. Okay, never mind. He discovers it. I saw the red dots. I saw them moving south. I knew he was going to discover that all of his deer suddenly disappeared. And now he is returning the favor with bow and arrow. Circling around the back. Let's take a look at kill count. JorDan 5, 3 of which are villagers. So no wonder Vinchester felt the need to go up to more villagers before hitting Feudal. Maybe he suspected he was going to lose a whole bunch, but skirmishers are out. Should be able to shoo away the archers, and once the archers go bye-bye, then these 2 men-at-arms are going to be very exposed. Skirmishers not exactly going to take, not exactly going to be quick at killing these men-at-arms. We've got a dock situation to the north here, Yucatan. I'm going to zoom out just so we can all take a look at this beautiful map. First of all, it's very beautiful, as the real Yucatan is. Although I have never been, many of my friends have gone, and family members have gone. And I'll say that it is gorgeous. So much wood, food everywhere. But for now, Mother Nature aside, let's take a look. How many? 5 in here. A cute little conglomeration of skirmishers in a 1x1 tile. And our Ethiopian continues to push out. JorDan here, even though the army supply is very similar, it doesn't really seem like it, since he's the one who's going left, right, and center here. He's to the north, he's to the east. He's trying to cut off these villagers. Maybe he thinks they're going to move right to get more lumber, but should be able to get more and more villager kills. Yikes. This is a lot of villager kills here for our Ethiopian. Take a look at their firing rate, by the way. 1.7 to the usual. Okay, these ones, I forgot. Skirmishers fire some attack is much slower. Another dock to the south for our Celt as well. When you jack lumber 15% faster than usual, I believe it's 15, right? I know their movement speed is 15. I think it's 15% faster. You can afford to have a lot of structures. Here we go. A bit of a ranged war. About to go down. Let's whisper. Let's not alert JorDan to the presence of these skirmishers, although he does see them. Oh no, he walls his own units out. Oh, but I forgot we are on Yucatan. There's a lot of avenues here. At the same time, he is being so annoying himself. Will he get another villager? Yes, he does. 7 villager kills at the 17-minute mark of the game. Green, perhaps microing on this side of the map, has stopped the pursuit. And so the skirmishers are kind of just standing idly by. The archers get trapped and get slaughtered by these villagers, getting revenge on some of their compatriots falling. A galley out. Okay. Not something you see every day, but it's there. It's protecting the fishing ships, and it will take very little damage from this archer, especially since the archer isn't actually firing on the galley, but the archer just F's off and moves a little bit into the shore, into the land. And now the galley cannot follow. Let's take a look. Kill count identical. But whereas Vinchester has killed 10 military units, seeing how aggressive our Ethiopian has been, our Ethiopian has killed only 3 military, but 7 villagers. Let's take a quick look at his base while the players disengage. Neither player really having any kind of resources to go up to Castle Age. We've got an archery range. We've got a blacksmith. We've got a stable. Now they catch a few skirmishers out on the middle of the map. 11 army supply to 7. Our Celt now used to be a few villagers ahead. Now he's only 1 villager ahead. And this is a very temporary wall off. You can't wall this whole thing off that quickly. Another villager will go down. Oh, he leaves it for the archers? No. He says, I've got a juicier target, but Vinchester says, you know what? Try all you want. Even though there's a little bit of an avenue here for these light cav to go down. Light cav can't really engage with villagers, especially not villagers with a tower backing. Now the tower will shoo this whole force away. Should be, right? I mean, even the scouts shouldn't be sticking around for this. And now it is our Ethiopian again, first up to the next age, 2 minutes and 26 seconds away. Vinchester here in a bit of crisis mode, it seems like. I like that his villager count is growing and growing. And I like that his army supply is also not lagging too far behind. I mean, 6 to 7, 6 to 8, 9 to 11. It's not that far behind. The only problem is once our Ethiopian gets up to castle, that's when their game opens up significantly. And he's got 8 villagers on stone, which tells me when our Ethiopian hits castle, either one of 2 things is going to happen. A massive economic boom, or more realistically, a castle. And then I am praying we get to see Shotel Warriors because, you know, who the hell doesn't want to watch Shotel Warriors? Every time we watch Ethiopians, I wait with bated breath. 9 villagers dead. 9 Celtic villagers have lost their lives for the Imperia Celtica. Let's put it like that. I mean, JorDan's doing an amazing job here, right? Take a look. All the aggression is on this side of the map. Even though he loses the archer, even though he's going to lose these scouts, it doesn't matter. He's in castle in 10 seconds with a good amount of food. And take a look at his stone. He's literally just a little bit over 100 stone away from getting himself a castle. And the fact that he's going up to 500 suggests either we're going to see 1 town center or no town centers. And look at this. Moving forward, Hwang style with a siege workshop. Once these guys are done, he'll have 650 stone. And then my guess is we're going to get to see a castle. Yeah, look, the villagers are moving forward, maybe building one more structure, probably a house or something to keep them occupied while 650 gets gathered. I mean, Vinchester doing a fantastic job economically, militarily, though. He has the lead, but he has 0 map vision. Look at this. He sees the siege workshop. JorDan built it within line of sight of the structures. And oh, what did I say? Oh, my God. Now 10 villagers on castle. Is he planning some kind of castle rush? Vinchester see this. Vinchester has to react. He's 38 seconds away from castle. Will he have enough time, or will he just GG in a game, like I said, of speed? Oh, look at that wall-off. Viper level wall-offs here by JorDan. This is so much fun. Our Ethiopian saying, hey, you think you're a siege civ? I'm going to out-siege the siege civ. I'm surprised I can say that kind of tongue twister without falling over myself. Okay, not a bad play against slower siege units. We have a siege workshop of his own and a monastery going up. But what's he going to do with a castle here? I love the location of the castle. Basically inserts himself into the, not really the juicy center of the base, not really the production facilities. I mean, he's got his siege workshop here. Archery range is in trouble, but there's a backup one right here. He's thieving his berries. Oh, this is so insulting. Oh my goodness. I thought we had, when he returned those turkeys, I thought we had some kind of, you know, what's the name? Like, oh yes. I thought we were going to have some kind of gentleman's agreement of how to play this game. Some, you know, enlightenment level warfare where everyone draws their armies into neat little lines and everyone has rules of engagements or some kind of old-timey fisticuffs. But no, another castle. Jordan's saying, F that, you took my turkeys, and even though you returned them, and you still took my deer, so I'm going to take everything that belongs to you and I'm going to encroach on you with Ethiopian castles. But a Shotel gets converted. Take a look at the base stats on this guy. 16 attack, but only 45 HP, 0 base armor of any kind. Makes them super duper glass cannons, which is a fun phrase for a unit that is super powerful, but also super weak. Scorpion manages to take out the entirety of this fishing industry, but unbeknownst to him, or maybe beknownst, nope. Zero vision of this part of the map for our red Ethiopian. There is an entire industry back there as well. Now, I said he didn't get his military industrial complex. I missed the barracks. My apologies. What is Vinchester doing to reply to this? 11 villagers on stone. So we know what he's doing. Are we going to... Okay, number one, we saw our third macaw. What a beautiful unit. Now, are we going to get to see Shotels versus Wodes? Or is this going to be another one of those games where he produces the coolest unit? Why is he only attacking with his right hand if he's got swords in both hands? Right? That's a little strange. But is this going to be a scenario where we just see, you know, he produces like 5 Shotel warriors and then goes archers and our Celt just gets a castle up, etc.? Or are we going to actually get to... Is Christmas going to come early and we're going to get to see Shotels versus Wode Raiders? I honestly don't know who wins that battle. I think the Shotel is the stronger unit, but Wodes have, I think, more HP. Oh, he garrisons him right at the last moment. Vinchester still villagers ahead. King of the Hill Castle for him. Jordan's resources are starting to hemorrhage a little bit. All of these villagers that he's got here on building structures and whatnot have been taken off the production line, so his resources are actually quite bad. Sub 100 wood, sub 100 food, 300 gold. Vinchesters are shitty too, but they're a little bit less shitty than his opponent. Finally, a third. I was going to say a second, but no, a second already went up. And a third town center going up for our Ethiopian. A second already up for our Celt, but now becomes the primary one, seeing as how our OG town center has fallen. 9 Shotel warriors, 7 of them here are making their way forward. Let's take a look at attack bonuses of any kind. Is none, except, of course, against Eagle Warriors. And where's the one converted Shotel? He is drawing a Jaguar. What the hell is going on? Why is he running around with a Jaguar chasing him? I mean, Jordan's army is just non-existent. He's thiefing some of these Ethiopian Shotels. He's got 3 already that he took, which is a 6-unit swing. When your opponent goes down 3 and you go up 3, that is a swing of 6 units. But army supply is identical. Vinchester ahead in villagers, but does it look like he's ahead in the game? He's got 2 juicy Ethiopian castles, a town center to thief even more stone. Moving forward, and I am desperately keeping my eye on the top right of our screen. He is building fishing ships in the meantime. Are they here? Yeah, they are here to the south. He does not want to expose. Take a look at this beautiful outpost, and take a look at the vision of an Ethiopian outpost. My goodness, holy shit, look how far it sees. Oh man. Okay, monks, are you gonna make it back to the castle? One does die. Okay, so we're gonna get to see Celtic Oh, murder, suicide here. We're gonna get to see Celtic Shotel warriors. Not something I thought I'd be saying, but something I'm pretty glad I'm saying. 10 Shotels for our Ethiopian, 1 left for our Celt, whose army supply consists of a demolition raft, which is still garrisoned in here. 1 Shotel warrior in the middle of nowhere who has no vision that his opponent is building his own dock up here. Even though this should see, oh my god, the vision of these things is just redonkulous. 2 monks and 2 feudal age archers. That is the Celtic armed forces at the moment as they stand, but he is heading up to Imperial. Why is he heading up to Imperial? Woad Raiders. Woad Raiders. Let's compare the stats now that this guy is out. Attack on a base of an 11. No melee armor base at all. These guys attack on a 16, but 45 HP. Oh. Boom goes the dynamite. And that mangonel is donezo. Let's take a look at HP 70. Any attack bonuses, building 2, and of course, Eagle Warriors. So no irrelevant attack bonuses at all. 2 more Woads in the production, but we're up to 24 Shotel Warriors. I really don't know how the math shapes up here. I mean, the Woad attacks on a lower amount, the Shotel on a higher amount, but the Woad has more HP. And now the Woads are out raiding. Good, deny vision. By the way, let's take a look at our Ethiopian's vision. Look at this. This is ridiculous. He sees the entirety of the map going diagonally. There's nowhere our Celt can go that the Ethiopian doesn't see them. My god, I love synchronized attacks in this game, and that is it. Thus falls the second primary town center of the Celts. He now has to rely on the one down south, the one up north, next to a monastery that's building a monk. I'm hoping gets out immediately, takes the relic, and then goes back in. Okay. But the problem here for JorDan, even though he's got triple the army supply and much better army supply than our Celt, is that soon our Celt's going to be an Imperial. And once he's an Imperial, you best believe there's going to be Trebs coming out. The only issue then is how do you defend those Trebs against this swarm of 36 Shotels, 37. Okay, Rogue Shotel sees what's happening. We'll be able to attack the villagers. 1, 2, and the villager is dead. Not that that villager was really doing that much. He's gonna see it all. This is just ridiculous vision here for our red Ethiopian, who has cleared everything out. What are you? You are just a house. Let's take a look at Green's vision, by the way. Oh my goodness. You have to be very comfortable with Age of Empires in order to build a base like this. Disconnected parts from one another, and here we go. Celts luring the Shotels, but you know what? There's no murder holes, so all that luring meant nothing. But the Shotel's taking an absolute dog shit engage there. Oh my god, look at the field of battle. There's literally 1 green Shotel. Not a single Woad Raider died there, it seems like. But most of the kills were done by the castle. 1 Shotel over here still attacking. I guess you don't need murder holes when they're this close to one another. Bad pathing for these Shotel warriors. They continue to run in through castle fire. Ugh, what are the upgrades for our infantry? Red, +2/+2. Green, +1/+2. I'm not sure he wants to engage here. Okay, we got ourselves a good battle here to see who's the stronger unit. We didn't see exactly how that battle started. Oh god, and more synchronized attacks. But the Woads are here. Repair. No, he's a little too late. I don't think the Woads can take this. Finally getting iron casting, but it might be too little too late. Oh. Holy shit, the Woads just slaughtered the entirety of that army. What is the attack speed on these guys? 2. And the attack speed on these guys? 2. We'll do an in-depth analysis as to what the hell just happened there. But this is what I was talking about. First to Imperial is green. JorDan still light years away from going up to Imperial. 600 food, 600 gold. Or 500 food, 600 gold. But the relic will get lost, leaving Vinchester with only 2 relics. And the Woads can't really engage anymore because their HP has suffered. More Jaguars running amok on the map. Where are his Woad Raiders, by the way? Why did it take me into the middle of nowhere? Okay, they're back to the south. Speed 1.38 to the 1.32. So not that big of a speed difference. What is that, about 4%? Oh, these are very exposed. These are very exposed. So far, not an issue. One castle does end up falling, but Woads from the right. Showtells from the right. I think he knows these Trebs are sacrificial lambs here. JorDan has got a lot of stone, so he can repair for days. These Trebs literally stand for a half a second and then die. Woads doing whatever they can over here, but underneath a castle, they die. Oh, man. By the way, what is the... I said we'll compare stats in a bit, but yeah, both units have 0 melee base. 1 base of Pierce for the Woad, who now leads in terms of upgrades, does have a +3 melee armor to the +2, but the Shotel attacks on an 18. These guys attack on a 13, so 5 attack difference. Is that enough to make up for the 25 difference in HP? Blast Furnace, I love this. A little late to the party, but nonetheless, Blast Furnace is going to give these Woads a punch. But in 2.5 minutes, we are going to be, both of us, in Imperial. Green trying to deny vision here, trying to mine gold, trying to do whatever he can, taking another relic, but 3 Shotels is all it takes. And look at red now doing the same thing, denying vision from these tiny little palisade walls. Okay, first ball goes completely off. Okay, does manage to get 1 convert, and here we go. Underneath 2 castles. I'm not sure about this at all. More Woads pop out of a castle. And what are we working with? 29 Shotels, 24 Woads. No player is at the elite version of their unit just yet. Ugh, and the Woads, the Shotel, man, I'm confusing the two. Get wind of this again. The villagers are gone. The monk is gone. The relic is no longer inside, but still 3 relics for our Celt, who is now posturing very much in front of these Trebs. Here we go. A beautiful straight line of attack. So far, the Woads are doing good on the left side. That's because the Shotels are attacking the Trebs, but now the Woads have won the left. The Shotels have won the right. Did he focus too much on the Trebs, JorDan? Was he focusing too much on the Trebs and now he lost his Shotels? They're not elite, so they don't train that quickly. 8 seconds to the 4, but in 40 seconds, they're going to be elite. And then Vinchester's going to be in a bit of trouble unless his are going up to elite as well. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Look how quickly our Ethiopian has replenished his Shotel warrior count. And now this is going to be bad news bears for our Celt. 23 basic Woad Raiders, not building anymore, even though I think he's got, what, enough for 5 more? He's not building anymore. Why isn't he building more Woad Raiders? He thinks he's safe. You know why he thinks he's safe? Because he has no map vision. He has no clue. He saw some units streaming in from the left. He sees a 1 over here. But he has no clue where this army is. Where is it? Where is it going to pop out of the ether? Oh, he sees the tip. And there they go, moving south. Looks like red is plopping down a castle over here. And this town center, very cocky town center here by our Celt in green. Okay, but this is going to give the Woads a chance to attack while they attack the town center. This is way too many Shotels. Reinforcements streaming in from our Celt, but 19 only. And these guys are now elite Shotels. They are going to shred, yeah. No surprise there. Loses another Treb. Let's take a look at the... I mean, it's a little unfair to compare an elite Shotel to a Woad Raider. Well, let's do it anyway, because it's... why the hell not? 22 attack, 2 armor. 15 attack, 3 armor. 70 HP to 50. Remember, no relevant bonuses of any kind here for Woad or for Shotel. So, attack on a 22, -3 is 19 damage, which means he needs to do what? 4 swipes to kill one of these guys? Whereas these guys attack on a 15, -2 is 13, also 4 swipes. So both of these units need 4 swipes to kill each other. Fascinating. Attack speed 2, attack speed 2. No big difference there. So unless I'm missing something, these units are quite evenly matched. Now let's take a little rewind here, a walk down memory lane before these guys became elite. Now let's take a look at it basic to basic. Attack on an 18 with an armor of 2. So 18 with an armor of 2. These guys have 3, so they do 15 damage, which means they need 5 swipes. So before they became elite, the Woad Raider here, I think the stronger unit, unless, let me know in the comments below. Am I making some kind of mistake? But I think so far at this point, once they were just basic, based on these upgrades alone, the Woad is the better unit. With his crazy axe, those funny pants, the tats, the long hair, man, this is like somebody you'd see at Burning Man. Techno Viking from, if you were alive 30 years ago when the internet just came out. Techno Viking is something you should recognize. If not, Google it and or either go on YouTube and look it up. It is super duper fun. Okay, let's take a look at the stats. That was a fun game. 227 Shotels. 100. Actually, wait, is that accurate? Let's fast forward to the end of the game and see if that's actually accurate. Our Celt there took the foot off the gas just a little bit too much at the end. I mean, could have used. Look at that. He had enough gold and food for 9 more. Imagine 9 more Woad Raiders here. He could have taken this fight. And if he took this fight, our Ethiopian is Baroque as a joke. And he would have, what, 33 minus 15? He'd have 18 Shotels left. In any event, okay, no, the numbers were the same. 227 to 105. Love to see this. APM peaking for both players. No, this one, look at that. I mean, I was going to say peaking for APM peaking for both players at the same APM. But for Vinchester right at the start of the game, for JorDan right at the end of the game, economy, I can't see them being too... Oh my god. What a shock. Relic gold. I'm shocked by this. What is the villager count at the end? One. Oh, okay. Our green... Oh yeah, never mind. I completely missed. Let's take this is why I should do kill count in my as the first thing I do in my analysis. The Celts, 214, of which 5 were villagers. Our Ethiopian killed a lot less army supply, but a lot more villagers with these quicker moving, hard hitting Shotel warriors. 47 villagers killed. Did not see that. Now it's not a shock at all why the economy is literally 30 times bigger for our Ethiopian. Wood, about the same. Food, about 6,500 more. Gold, about 3,500 more. Stone is where he also shines here. This is almost 3,000. This is basically 4.5 castles worth of stone difference for the players, which means he can keep repairing these castles for days, even though he initially lost the one over here. Wow, what a super fun game. How many converts, by the way? How many Shotels were converted? 11. That's pretty damn cool. What a fun game. This is the joy of Yucatan, where because you start off with so many sources of food, which the players have completely depleted, by the way. Not a single... no, okay, never mind. There's a few Javelinas left, but because you start off with so much food, the game just ramps up so much quicker, and you get into the big battles much, much quicker than normal. These guys just hanging out, protecting the villagers, but wow. Absolutely love the committal from both players to their unique unit, the Shotel versus the Woad. We have 1998 versus 2000 and whatever. Whenever, I don't know exactly when the Ethiopian Shotel made his first appearance. I will look it up, but my guess is probably about 20 years difference. So we have the OG quick, hard-hitting unit versus the up-and-coming, the upstart, who wants to make a name for himself. I also didn't realize that they had their scabbards here in the back where they put their knives. But again, I ask, why do they only attack with 1 knife if they're holding 2 knives? You know? Little things. Oh my god, look at this. When a Shotel warrior dies, it looks like an elephant tusk. Sorry, guys. My imagination, villagers. Oh my God. What a absolute slaughter of villagers. Woads lie dead. Our Celtic empire is in ruins. Like the Roman Empire, it was split into two, one to the east, one to the west. And like the Roman Empire, it just could not withstand too much aggression. And when one side collapses, it means the inevitable collapse of the other. And even though he's got 3 castles left and a good amount of food, his vision is so bad. This is his vision right now. Ugh. The exception of this. So he sees his opponent tiefing the gold. He has no clue where the next attack is coming from. He thought he was safe momentarily, and out of nowhere, 30 Shotel warriors showed up and slaughtered his villagers. So he has no clue what's going to pop out of here. His Treb is dead, which was the big, gave him vision before. I mean, Trebs have very good vision. Look at that, how much vision it adds. So once that is done, I guess you can build an outpost, but who the hell wants to build an outpost at the 49-minute mark of the game when half your economy is slaughtered? And even though you're taking this fight here with your reinforcements, and even though your unit is fully upgraded, you now see that your opponent has the elite version, and you have to get yours up to elite, and you just don't have the resources for that. So our Celt, even though he put up a staunch defense from minute 1, our Ethiopian, JorDan, just did not give him any rest, finally has discovered this fishing industry to the south. But from the first minute of the game, my goodness, the JorDan just explode and try to just absolutely wreck Vinchester's base with archers, with scouts, with anything he could. And then ultimately, we knew once we saw those 8 villagers on stone what he had in mind. And this Hwang style game plan, let's call it a Hwang style siege workshop with a doubt castle. Although a bit more of a secure doubt castle with a siege workshop backing it up. And look at this field of battle. Look at this. They're like little grave markings, these scabbards from the dead Shotel warriors. This is a lot of dead Shotels, by the way. Not a surprise that Vinchester has a lot more military kills, 80 more military kills than his opponent. And ultimately just could not keep up, saw that these guys are elite, saw that they're not even fully upgraded and they're still being produced and pumped out. He knew he couldn't keep up, decided to live to fight another day. JorDan gets the big W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.